Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. On this video we'll be doing stoichiometric calculations. Let's get right into it. So here we have our statement which reads that tin oxide reacts with hydrogen gas according to the following balanced reaction equation. And likewise guys, it's important to check out your statement to see and confirm if the equation is balanced, and if it's not, you will have to balance the equation yourself. That's why you must know how to balance equations. And if you can't, on my playlist guys, there's a video whereby I show you how to go about balancing equations, so please do watch that video. Now our instruction here says that we have to calculate the mass of tin, Sn is tin, produced when 4,48 dm cubed of hydrogen gas reacts completely. Do the calculation at STP. So we're doing these calculations under standard temperature and pressure. And once you see this STP guys, then you know that the formula that you want to be making use of is that of N is equal to V over Vm, but we'll have to find out when is it that we are going to be using that formula. Okay, let's see. So guys, likewise, the first thing that we're going to do is to write the information that is given, and we see that we are given the volume of hydrogen. Let me just write it this way. We are given the volume of hydrogen, and that volume is 4,48 dm cubed. That's the volume for hydrogen. And what are we looking for? We are looking for the mass of Sn. And I'm writing this down so that we know which two substances are going to be looked into. Let me just fix that. Okay, so we'll be looking at Sn and H2, right? So those are the two substances that we'll be dealing with. Now you can tell that given that they are saying we must do the calculation at STP, we should be making use of the formula N is equal to V over Vm. But what is this formula going to help us with in this case? This formula guys is going to help us find the number of moles of hydrogen gas. Why? Because we are given the volume of hydrogen, and that means we can substitute that V here, and we are also given our Vm. It's a constant, so we don't really have to stress about it. So we are going to start by finding the number of moles of hydrogen. In fact, that's what you always do guys. You always find the information about one substance using either the mole equation or the molar volume equation. Again guys, there are videos which I've uploaded that talk about how to make use of these two formulas. Okay, so here we are going to look at finding the number of moles of H2, and this is our formula. So we'll substitute into our formula 4,48 is the volume of hydrogen and 22,4 is the molar volume, right? And then we'll do our calculation there. Let's see, if I say 4,48 divided by 22,4, the answer I'm getting is 0,2 moles. Remember to always write your units guys. So I found, this is step number 1, right? I found the number of moles of hydrogen. What am I going to do with this information? I'm going to use the number of moles of hydrogen to find the number of moles of Sn, which is tin. I hope guys that makes sense. So that's my step number 2, and that means I'm going to write the two substances I'm dealing with in a form of ratios. So I'll say H2 is to Sn, and remember I said when you write these substances you do so without including their coefficients. Where are you going to write their coefficients? You're going to write them at the bottom of the two substances. When you look at hydrogen, what's the coefficient of hydrogen? It's 2. So here we are going to write 2, and 2 is to what? The coefficient of Sn is 1 because there's no number here. So we are going to write 1. And then after writing these coefficients, what are we going to write? We are going to write the number of moles of the two substances. We know that the number of moles of hydrogen is 0,2 is 2. We just found that value, right? The number of moles of hydrogen. What about tin? Well, in terms of tin, guys, we do not know the number of moles of tin. So here we are going to write N, and then we'll do our cross multiplying there and say N multiplied by 2. That's going to give us 2N is equal to 0,2 multiplied by 1. That's going to give us 0,2. And then we'll divide by 2 on both sides. These are going to cancel. So our N in this case is going to be equal to 0,2 moles. Okay. And you will see, guys, that because the ratio is 2:1, it means that the number of moles of a tin are half that of what? Of hydrogen. That's why here our answer, my bad, here it's 0,1, guys. Sorry about that. Our answer is supposed to be 0,1 moles because we divided by 2. I hope you saw that mistake. And then we move on to step number 3 now. What is our step number 3? Our step number 3 is to finally find what they asked us to find, which is what? The mass. The instruction was to calculate the mass of Sn, which is T. So that's what we are going to do. Can you guess the formula that we are going to make use of, guys? The formula we are going to use is the mole equation. N is equal to m of what? Sn. We are looking for the mass of Sn. So it's going to be mass divided by molar mass. What is the number of moles of Sn? Remember, we just found them from step number 2, and our answer was 0,1. So we are going to substitute this here. Let me just zoom this in. So what we are going to have is 0,1. The number of moles of tin, Sn, is equal to the mass of Sn is what we are looking for, divided by the molar mass of tin. Okay, the molar mass of tin, guys, is going to be 119. Remember, I said molar mass is the number at the bottom of your element symbol. You use your periodic table to find this information. From here, guys, we are going to cross multiply. So we'll say the mass of tin multiplied by 1, and that's going to give us m. Then Sn is equal to 0,1 multiplied by 119. Let's see what's that going to give. 0,1 multiplied by 119 will give us 11,9. So this basically means that the mass of tin is 11,9. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope it made sense. Do like the video, do share it, and please, guys, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.